Philadelphia, PA, DSM representing. Pull up, beep!
Alright, well, we're here because today is a Thursday, and at the Boneyards we have FML Thursdays, also known as Fuck My Liver. What's special about Fuck My Liver is that we have guest DJs such as yourself come through. So, like, what is your background in music before you got into DJing? Did you have any background in that?
Hip-hop, you know, metal, anything with the beat. You know, my dad, like, Jimi Hendrix, you know, growing up because he was an old school cat. Like a lot of Motown, you know, that R&B. Like I said, grew up in New York, so we had Hot 97 back then. You turn it on, you had everything, you know, from reggaeton, salsa, reggae music, hip-hop, whatever you needed. So, like I said, anything with a beat.
So, like, when did you start DJing and, like, you know, messing with turntables and...
Like 2001, 2002.
2001, 2002. So, like, if you weren't DJing right now, what do you think you'd be doing?
I have no damn clue.
So that's your passion. So like
something in the medical field. Cause I was in the medical field before I really got heavy into DJing and music.
Oh, all right. So would you give up DJing for the medical field?
No.
All right. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
You know, follow the heart.
Yeah. I also own a sound company, Apex Sound. Look it up. We're one of the biggest sound companies in Philadelphia. We got whatever you need: DJs, records, turntables, speakers. We can throw your whole party for you. Just hit us up on Facebook or DSM, aka DUBSTEP MAFIA.
Oh, okay. So like outside of DJing, you still work in the field of like sound, like music.
Yeah,
and
sound
like...
engineering. I also promote parties. You know, throw parties. You know, just anything that has to do with this. You know, music scene. Because music's a universal language. You feel me?
Yeah, I dig it. So what is your favorite genre of music you like to spin?
Just music.
Just music.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the crowd asks for. I mean, anything with a break beat. You know, I can't stand like four. I mean, I love house, I love techno. It doesn't move me like something with a break beat does.
Yeah,
anything, like I said, I grew up on. You know, you can even say rock music's a break beat. Hip hop's definitely a break beat. You know, anything, you know, hip hop on down definitely gets you moving. It. That 4/4 stuff, you got to be fucked up to get down to that shit.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to do that. You know, trying to drink a little, smoke a little, have a good time. I ain't trying to pop a molly and start sweating and shit. Start twitching and everything, goddammit.
Right. So, what do you think about you is that it differentiates you from other DJs? What do you think it is?
Versatile.
Versatile.
And I've actually been doing this for more than 6 months. You know, I didn't wake up on Christmas Day, get a new MacBook Pro, and a controller and say, hey, I'm a DJ, somebody book me type of crap. It took me years to actually perfect the skill before I even stepped outside with it.
So, is there anything you'd like to say to like other people who like want to start pick up DJing or like want to like, you know, aspire to be like a big DJ or just like a DJ, just to like fulfill their like own self needs?
Yeah, if you're a DJ, come see me, come see the crew. We'll wreck shop, we'll destroy anything you gotta say. We'll run Philly. We'll run you back home crying, make you rethink your whole persona, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And that's that. Like I said, we got the best DJs on the roster in Philly. Even the producers, we got some of the best producers in Philly on the roster, including myself. You know, it gets higher on the ladder from here. So like I said, anybody up and down the East Coast, you want to come see us, do it. Like, get behind the decks. None of that, you know, hip-hop, fight, drama bullshit. Like I said, come see us on the decks. Even come see us on the dance floor. We'll wreck shop, show you what it is, make you go home and rethink what you're doing.
I want to wreck shop. We have Mr. Moptop, one of the guest DJs at F My Liver, also known as Fuck My Liver AC. Every Thursday we have guest DJs as yourself. So like let's get to know you a little bit. Tell us about yourself, like your background in music and like what's going on, man.
Oh yeah. DJ Moptop kind of came up in Chicago through the rave scene, doing warehouse parties and whatnot. Throughout I was able to kind of come up in the warehouse scene. I started doing some clubs. I had this group called Starter DJs. We put out like a whole bunch of mashups, kind of club bangers, party rockin' type shit. And had the opportunity with that group to play South by Southwest, play STL Festival, kind of toured across the nation. Was in New York beating X100, featured in New York Magazine, Chicago Reader, and moved to New York about 3 years ago now. Started up residency at the Delancey Lounge with the homie Cobra Crames, and then got picked up by an agency, and now I'm kind of doing, taking a little bit of a step back from the club world, doing like a lot of corporate stuff. I'm working with H&M, I'm one of their DJs for New York. I'm working with Oakley's, I'm one of their DJs for New York. And I'm working with Crunch, and I'm one of their DJs for New York.
Man, that's crazy. So basically, you just found like a job that's still in like your passion. So like you love DJing and all, but you still found like a job or like an occupation where it allows you to DJ in these like corporate offices or whatever type of location.
Absolutely.
That's dope.
Yeah, more like corporate events, fashion shows, and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of a different crowd, but it's cool to kind of be able to diversify and play in front of those types of crowds. I mean, I still do club stuff. I have a Thursday residency, a Friday residency that I play in New York at a couple clubs in the Lower East Side, People Lounge being one of them. I tour a whole bunch. I play Atlanta a whole bunch, probably like once every other month. The Graveyard, MJQ. Come down to Philly a whole bunch. Try to come down to AC when I can. This is my second time out here. Always love the city and whatnot.
So like you mentioned, you played at South by Southwest. So like, concerning your following, are you happy at where your following is at? So like, is there anything more you want, or like you're pretty content with like how it is?
You can never be content with where you are. You know what I mean? You're always trying to strive for the next level, for the next step up. Trying to release a whole bunch of new projects over the summer. I got this new group coming out, Pele Pele, with the homie Vile. He released a bunch of singles with Danger, Flosstradamus. We're gonna start up this the super group. I got a couple other releases on the Hush, a little bit everywhere. I got some UK grime coming out, some house music, of course on the trap tip and whatnot. Just trying to, you know, spread myself out, not put myself in one genre. I mean, I really feel like my style is a party rocking style. I come and I rock the party, and I don't want to confine myself to just one genre.
Yeah, you want to do just like whatever just gets the crowd going, so you can wild out. Because I saw you wilding out back there behind the ones and twos. I saw people wilding out in the crowd, and that was what's up, man. That's what I did.
You have to love the music that you're playing, and if you love the music that you're playing, and you have the energy on stage, that's gonna radiate out to the crowd. And honestly, every track that I play, I love the tracks that I play, and I really got into this because I love music. You know, I started DJing when I was in the 7th grade, doing school dance. I mean, kind of funny story.
That's crazy. Wait, tell us more about that. You DJ'd your school dance?
DJ'd school dances. So chickadee, check this out. Ridiculous story. In middle school, the school president got to pick out who was the DJ, right? So I went ahead and I ran for school president. One, go for the fire, go for the heat. Ricky Furnace can't be beat. That's the legal name. And I got the budget for the school dances, took the budget, bought DJ equipment, and just started DJing myself.
That's fucking sweet.
Hell yeah, dude.
Whoa. It's fucking awesome.
And you know, it's just because I love music so much. I mean, I grew up with records in the household at all times. I mean, I inherited my mom's record collection at a young age. She used to always go to New York market, Chicago market, Atlanta market. Whenever I was in different cities, I go digging for records and whatnot. And it's such a passion of mine that I like to be able to share that discovery of music with other people. When you see a DJ Moptop set, you see a culmination of all different types of sounds, and it's really me on there. I like to try to tell a story about my story with music.
Definitely, that's how it should be, you know, because like DJing is one of those art forms where like a lot of people, they don't really have that thing that inspire, that like fulfills the soul, you know what I mean? Like there's people out there, you know, graffiti writers, artists, painters, dancers, and DJs especially too, as well as MCs and all that. And that's dope that like, you know, you're going like you're putting yourself out there, you're putting a little bit of you out in the crowd.
Absolutely.
And that's what I did.
I just don't put a little bit. I mean, I put all of me on the stage, and I think you have to give the audience everything that you have.
Yeah,
you're going to give everything back in return. You know, whether it's a small crowd of 5 people or it's a crowd at South by Southwest with thousands. You know what I mean? You have to give all of yourself to the crowd.
So like you mentioned your mom's old record collection and like growing up with that. So what did that consist of? Like what type of like, you know, like maybe funk, the classics, like oldies, like what's going on?
It was a lot of classics, and it was a lot of kind of classic rock, honestly. And a lot of the production I've been doing recently, I've been kind of going back to the roots. And you'll see a lot of the stuff that I've been putting out recently in the last 6 months has been records that I grew up on. Rolling Stones, The Who, you know, stuff like that, and being able to put my own flip on it that can correlate to this generation or what my music interests are now. Putting a house feel on it, putting a trap feel on it, putting some hip hop influences in it, putting some UK grime into it, and, you know, being able to take those songs that I grew up with and that I loved and that were in my household at all times, and being able to put me into it, putting my influences into it, and kind of giving it the, you know, the 2013 flip on the track.
Word. So like, you know, do you have anything to say to like people that like want to start DJing? Is there like an ever like too late to start DJing? You know, like what do you have to say about like the people that want to aspire, like, you know, be behind a set of 1s and 2s in front of a crowd?
I think the biggest thing, especially now with the way, you know, DJing has become, like, everybody wants to be a DJ, and it's like, if you want to be a DJ and you love music, put yourself out there and do it. But like, if you really care about it and you really want to do it, put time into it, man. Like, you need to be able to master your craft no matter what you do. And I feel like there's so many people who come out now who, you know, just are like, they half-ass it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, if you really want to DJ and you care about DJing, get the proper setup. Learn from the bottom up. Learn on records. Learn on CDs. Don't just use the sync button. And you know, no like hate against the sync button DJs. That's fine. But I think with any craft, it's like if you're a film major, you have to learn how to shoot on film. And then you can go ahead and use the technology that's available to us today. If you want to be a DJ, understand
basically like the foundation, so you know that evolution.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Understand where it came from, appreciate the craft, appreciate the other DJs who are up there, and that's how you're going to become a great DJ.
Word. So thank you for letting us pick your brain.
Absolutely, man. My pleasure.
Nice to meet you, Moptop. This is Art Before Crime TV. Mushu One out here. We out.
DJ Moptop, let's do it.
So, where you hailing from? Tell us about yourself, like your background DJing, like your team, whatever.
Philadelphia, PA, repping DSM, Actual Records, fucking everybody, dude. I don't hate on anybody. I work with everybody.
Word. Anyway, so like, yeah. So like, what got you into DJing? Like, when did you start? Like, was it something that like stuck out that made you want to do it?
Yeah, it depends who you ask. If you ask my parents, I was playing 45s on my Big Bird record player when I was 3 years old for them. I mean, if you ask my friends, it really started when I was in high school. I really started producing. And then if you ask my crew, I was with New Age Crew back in the day. I was doing all their beats and production for them. Their DJ, C Sharp, that's my homie. That's who put me on. He was really just like, I booked you a DJ gig. And I was like, I don't know how to DJ. And he was like, figure it out. So I did that.
So how did it turn out? How did that first?
That first gig, yo, I remember that first gig. It was at Mission Grill in Philadelphia. It's kind of like a weird dinner spot. We did pretty good. I had a good time, and that feeling, that's I keep chasing it. It's like heroin.
So like, what type of genre do you think you like specialize in? Is there any specific type of genre?
Oh hell no,
no?
Dude! I'll DJ anything for anybody at any time. You know, if they pay my rate. Like, I love 70s, I love 80s, I love MJ, Prince, Madonna, Anita Ward. Literally, I will play any kind of set. I love all music.
Are there any new school cats that catch your eye that like grab your attention? Like, oh, I want to start spinning that. That's dope. Is there any of those?
Yo, the biggest one is Gigamesh. Hands down. You play a Gigamesh track anywhere, people are going to respond to it. In a top 40 spot, in an underground spot, at a corporate event, it really doesn't matter. Those people who feel that, hands down.
So like, as far as like, aside from DJing, like, what is your occupation? Do you do anything like out of the ordinary, or like something that like, you know, that puts the money in the pocket?
No, I pretty much focus on DJing. I DJ for a lot of corporate clients. I do a lot of club nights and stuff like that. My client list is like Johnson & Johnson, Big Bike Corporation. I did a gig for the Smithsonian. I work for a ton of different event planners. I'll DJ all over the place for all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
So like, how'd you stumble across those like corporate clientele? Like, how do you get like your name out there to like to these well-known corporations like Johnson & Johnson and such?
You know, it's really all about just meeting the right person that knows the right people that can put you in the right spot. Like, I knew a chick, she worked for an event planning group. She started sending corporate clients my way. And for me, like, I was a guy that was doing a lot of EDM stuff at the time. Like, I do a lot of trap, Baltimore club, like a lot of club stuff all the time. But I love, like, 70s music, MJ, like all that stuff. So for me, it was real weird because I got to walk into these corporate parties and like I'm DJing for a huge corporation, but they just want to hear feel-good stuff and Hall & Oates and stuff. Like,
so it's
I
kind of
love
like
all
lagging
that.
you a little bit. Would you say, or like would you just respond to like whatever they want, and then you can vibe off of it depending on your like musical palette?
For me, it all started with, you know, I did a gig at a random place where it wasn't like a hardcore club or anything, and I was just getting loose, playing a lot of feel-good tracks, a lot of tracks from my youth and stuff that I grew up with, and they loved it. So the chick that was there hit me up and was like, hey, you know, we do a lot of events that need DJs, like if you can spin like this, we'd love to have you. So, I mean, word.
So like, do you have a word for any people that like want to start DJing or like having that like aspiration of like being that DJ that's like well known, or like that is like, you know, people utilize them in like certain events and such, and like they have that name and they have that capability of like DJing solely off DJing and be able to like have a, you know, support their lifestyle? I'm
in a unique position where I DJ all different kinds of the spectrum, all different kinds of events, and for the most part, it's like not everybody's gonna be an EDM god. Like that's just a fact. You know, don't focus on that. Focus on your love of music. If you love all kinds of music and you want to learn how to DJ, it'll just happen for you. You don't have to force it. You don't have to produce the hottest banger ever. I mean, that's just how it is.
Right. So we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you, Adub, for coming through to
No problem. Fuck my liver. That party was turnt. I liked it. It was a good
DJ,
time.
thank you for spinning.
No problem.
Go tunes.